Eames Devil Fruit. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about the Devil Fruit ability of Eames-sama. Well, as of chapter 1085, we've got glimpses of what Eames' power could be, and that also includes the Gorosei. Maybe. So, well, last chapter, we got sort of like a hint. I think we can make decent speculations as to what his powers are, or her powers are. But before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Well, this time, first things first, we know the Gorosei are fighters. Like, anyone who argued otherwise, I don't know what they were thinking, but the Gorosei are fighters because of their scars and because they definitely are the guardians of Eames-sama. Well, now in terms of what Eames-sama's powers are, the first speculation I did have was the Umi Umi no Mi. I wanted to, in fact, make a video on it, that the only user of the Umi Umi no Mi, or water fruit, CC fruit, could be Eames-sama because Imu spelled backwards is Umi. I guess that's sort of out of the window, because from what we see in this chapter, it's sort of like Eames resonating shadowy effect, shadowy void sort of effect. It's sort of like Blackbeard's fruit, but better. In fact, when I heard speculations for Eames-sama's powers, I think it was Mr. Morge or Joy Boy saying that it could be mythical zones, because that is definitely that is the rarest sort of fruit in the world, and if there's anything that is stronger than a Logia fruit, it is definitely a mythical zone. And considering what Luffy's powers are, and I would also think the Yami Yami no Mi is not your typical Logia devil fruit. In fact, it could even be a zone, mythical zone for that matter, but that's for a later video. So it's not unlikely that three of the most powerful users in the world, devil fruit users in the world, that will be at the end of the story, which is Blackbeard, Luffy, and Eam, all have mythical zone devil fruits. So if it is a mythical zone, what is it? I'm not so sure, but what I am sure of is what its powers are. So Imu, when he or she referred to themselves, they said it was Mu. So Mu in Japanese is void, or I don't remember what the other translation was, but it was void. So void century, you guys know where this is going. Also, could also mean like nothingness. So the power of nothingness, in fact. I think we can also touch up a little bit on dreams, on how Vegapunk said that dreams make up devil fruits. For Luffy, or for Joy Boy, whoever came up with the Nika Nika fruit, had the dream or the imagination of creating a free world, making a free world for himself and for the people around him. For Blackbeard, it would be stealing people's dreams, because Blackbeard as a person does not dream. He is incapable of having dreams, so whoever was the user of the Yami Yami no Mi was jealous, or the creator of the Yami Yami no Mi was jealous of the fact because he couldn't dream. Other people did and he couldn't, so he wanted to steal their dreams, which is how he's able to absorb devil fruit powers and even steal them. And lastly, for Eam, he doesn't want people to dream. It's Blackbeard's identity is stealing dreams. Luffy's identity is making dreams. And for Imu, it's more like stealing dreams. It's more like depriving dreams or stopping people from dreaming, which is why he's been in control. They've been in control for 800 years. Eam wanted to extinguish the light that existed before the Void Century, which was probably the Ancient Kingdom, and he's on it now. They're on it now, and Eam doesn't want anyone else to think of a free world, or anything that, or dreams at all. Like, he doesn't want anyone to dream, which is why the power of Void makes a lot of sense. Now, what it is, from what I can see, it actually creates like a black hole sort of thing. I'm not exactly sure how you could combine it. It's very similar to spatial magic from Black Clover, with a hybrid of darkness power from Yami, like from Yami, Captain Yami, or even in fact Blackbeard. So it's like a mixture of both. It's nothingness. So nothingness can stab anything. So it's basically you're attacking people with basically nothingness. And that's precisely what it is. And rather, another, in fact, interesting power is that Sabo got attacked by it and he got hurt. Sabo, remember, he has flames. And so, Im-sama has Haki. In fact, I wouldn't even think of it as a possibility. It's almost a certainty that Im-sama has Conqueror's Haki. And probably one of the strongest Hakis in the world. So, with that being said, with the power of Void that is able to destroy all dreams, for Luffy, in fact, I feel like this makes a lot of sense. I wanted to make a video on the Umi Umi no Mi because, well, sea powers nullify Devil Fruit abilities. I always thought that the final battle would be envisioned in such a way, for me, is that Emu would be using the CC fruit to nullify Luffy's abilities. I always had this in my mind, and I will save a further discussion on this on a future video before things get too spicy about the final war and how Luffy's journey will progress as a protagonist and how he'll be able to master his Devil Fruit as well as Haki. So I always thought with Blackbeard, Luffy would be able to have to sort of, use his Devil Fruit properly. But at the same time, he needs to learn how to use proper Haki because Blackbeard can steal Devil Fruit abilities, or rather nullify Devil Fruit abilities. For Im, if that's the case, even without Haki, if Im is capable of taking away Devil Fruit powers without even having to absorb them with let's say, I don't even know, nothingness fruit, Luffy would basically be only relying on his Haki. And his Haki had to be stronger than Im's Haki to beat whatever the Void was. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And the Gorosei maybe could be a part of Im-sama's powers. Because remember, they were shadowy figures. Im-sama turned the Gorosei into shadowy figures and coded them into whatever his powers were. And that's how the Gorosei even became stronger. So this, in my opinion, from what I can see, is possible. It's definitely possible that thing can nullify all Devil Fruit abilities. And if that's the case, Im-sama needs to have one of the best Hakis in the world to nullify anything or anyone. And if Im is definitely the person who will be able to extinguish the light within the world, that basically means that it's the creator of darkness. It's the creator of nothingness. And the power of nothingness fits quite well. The reason as to why Im-sama was able to make a Void Sentry and how he's been able to stay on power for 800 years, it's all coming into play. And the nothing fruit, or the void fruit, sounds very interesting. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.